Okay, so can we start now, Doctor? Yeah. Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I am Akma from the Sales and Marketing and Public Relations Department, Hospital Fatimah Ipoh, and I'm pleased to announce to you that in conjunction with World Children's Day 20th November this year, with the theme A Better Future for Every Child, that we are very pleased to have with us today our resident consultant pediatrician, Dr. Shan Narayanan. Dr. Shan, who is known as the Kiddie Doctor, is a general pediatrician by profession and a coach trainer and public speaker by passion. He has special interest in child development disability and confidence building in children, adolescents, and adults too. He believes confidence is the best gift for a better future for every child. Confidence enables one to sail through all situations in life. Therefore, it is our privilege to have Dr. Shan, who will share with us his immense expertise and experience in his talk entitled Raising Confident Kids. This talk is about 45 minutes, and we will have another 50 minutes in our Q&A session immediately after the talk. So it is my pleasure now to introduce to you Dr. Shan.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to have all of you here. It's during the lunchtime. You're with us. I start off with thanking Hospital Fatima for having an event in conjunction with World Children's Day. And with me, you see two lovely children. This is Kitty and this is Sweetie. They are always with me in my programs. Well, I will start the introduction in two different ways, and I would like you to comment on the ways that I do. Right? This is a bit different, but it allows us to interact. A very good afternoon. I'm Shan Narayanan. I'm a pediatrician. With me, I have Kitty and this. And today I will be talking about raising confident kids. And now, a very good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see all of you here. I'm Shan Narayanan, fondly known as the Kiddie Doctor, with my dear Kitty and Sweetie. What better gift to give a child for a better future than confidence? That is why we are here to speak about raising confident kids. Well, fellow viewers, what's the difference you noted between the two introductions? Any response? Well, as you all are warming up, the difference between the two presentations was the first one, I had no eye contact with the camera and it was very low energy. And did that engage all of you? Hello, Shahrina. Hi. Yeah. But the second introduction had so much energy and involvement, and that demonstrated confidence. Okay. Confidence. Yes. It will be in your mind. Yeah, we are using the word confidence. But what? The questions are to understand confidence. First, you need to know what is confidence and why is this confidence so important? And then how to be confident ourselves and to raise children or confident kids. So this presentation covers the what, the why, and the how. Right. So what is confidence? Any of the viewers like to give us a response? What do you think is confidence? How would you define confidence? Well, confidence is believing in yourself and your abilities When you believe in yourself and your ability, that is what is confidence all about. And why is believing in yourself and your abilities so important? So why is confidence important? Anyone? Any of the viewers? Yes. It enables one to recognize the thing they are good at. When you believe in yourself, you know what you are good at. And when you believe in yourself, you speak and do things with energy. And the energy keeps you going towards what you want to do and to achieve it. And when you're doing what you want to do with energy, you enjoy yourself and you enjoy what you do. And above all, when you are confident, you try new things. Just like the pandemic made us do it. Usually we will have this forum in our auditorium, but now we are doing it online. It's quite different. There are many people who are camera shy, but I decided we do new things, and the hospital supported the idea. So the confidence is important because it enables you to know your strength. And when you know your strength, you do things with energy and you try new things. So we know what is confidence and why confidence is important. Next, I know you're going to ask me how to raise confident kids. And when I decided on this topic, I spent quite a lot of time. How am I going to get the point across, the message across to my viewers? And I felt the best way to get a message across is through stories. So I have got 2 stories to share. And the stories span over 39 years of my life and my relationship with my father. My father was my role model, who was my confidence builder. But it can be a mother as well. And it can be a mother and a daughter, father and a daughter, father and a son, or father and a daughter. In the scenario that I used to tell you the story is between a father and a son. 2 incidents happened in my life where I saw my father supporting me to build my confidence. And I wish to share with you. And that is where the lessons are on how to raise confident kids. To give you a background, I'm the youngest in a family of 6. And I'm the pet boy, pet child at home. So I'll get my way all the way. When I was 10 years old, I loved cycling. And my dad bought me a bike. I asked him and he bought me a bike. And he said, cycle in our compound and cycle just outside our house. Don't go, please cycle around this area to ensure your safety. But being a 10-year-old, you're curious. And when someone tells you don't do it, that's when you want to do it. So I cycled, initially followed what my father said. I followed and cycled in the compound. From the compound went to this. And I thought, let me just go to the nearest T junction. And that thought said, why not I ride my bicycle faster? So I rode really fast. And what happened as I reached the T junction, I did not see there was a motorbike coming in and crash. The bike split into 2 and I was thrown out. And I was admitted in hospital. Guess which hospital I was admitted in? Oh yes, I was admitted in the hospital Fatima when I was 10 years old. And I had to go through an operation because I had broken bones. And one of the bones got infected and I had to be treated for that infection. And guess what? Surprise, surprise. I missed school for 4 months, the whole term. So what's so big about missing school for 4 months? At home, can enjoy. No, it all started with a pain. Pain of the fall, pain of the fracture, pain of the treatment. And at my time, at 10 years old, I was in standard 5. And we have a very similar exam to UPSR, but at that time was in standard 5. And I'm a high achiever. I'm an A student all the way. And I had planned to get all A's in that exam. And that dream was dashed. Cannot go to school. So what happened was, when my father comes to visit me, my parents come to visit me, I go through the spoiled child crying, oh dear, I'm in so much pain. Oh dear, I can't go for my exam. My father could have easily turned back and told me, hey, you didn't follow rules, so you are paying the price for it. But what I saw was he demonstrated unconditional love. He did not criticize me, but he said, I'm called Shan in hospital, Shanmu in school, and my father calls me Tambi because I'm the youngest. Tambi means youngest brother. But I'm not youngest brother. All my brothers call me Tambi, so my father calls me Tambi as well. So he said, Tambi, well, you've had this accident. Therefore, there will be some pain. You need to go through the pain. And the doctors will give you the medicine for that. But we'll get through this. And I saw there unconditional love. Unconditional love. He still loved me. He did not criticize me for not having followed. But that doesn't mean, I told you I get away with things. That doesn't mean, but we are family with rules. My father sets the rules. And when you make a mistake, there is a clear, sort of say punishment. He never hits us. He doesn't believe in hitting because he says, when you hit, I am demonstrating my power on you. And at that point in time, because of pain, you will follow, but after that, you won't follow. He goes through, he sets the rule, and through his unconditional love, he makes us see where we have gone wrong. And that showed my father himself was a positive person. Hey, imagine, if you want the child to be confident, you must be confident first. If I wanted Kitty and Sweetie to be confident, I need to be confident first. And he always communicates with us. He talks to us. Look at that. He takes the posture when he sits down to talk to me. I was wondering always why he sits down to talk to me. That eye level that you see here is so important. Eye contact is one, a demonstration of confidence. The other, it creates connection. So when he talks, he comes down to my level and he talks to me in the child language. In Tamil, he talks to me in the child language and he connects with me. But despite that connection, there are firm rules. So my father did tell me what I did was wrong. However, he did not criticize me. So the lesson one I learned was unconditional love is very important to create confidence. Second, you must abide by rules. That is when you know your boundaries. And the adult needs to be confident for the child to be confident. And you need to have an open communication. When there is unconditional love, I'm not scared to go and ask my father. And my father's positive outlook made me feel strong. He understood me. He said, I know you are in pain. I know, but you see, you did not follow rules, so you have to pay the price for it. And he understood my situation, and he said, don't worry. You see, if you can't go to school, but the school work can come to you. Once your pain is over, you can work and concentrate on your schoolwork. So he spent time to understand me and to calm me down and to keep me comfortable. That was the lesson 3. Understand your child. Don't impose your views. Of course, my father would be very happy if I got 5 A's, but he did not impose his view. He looked at my perspective and he said, get over your pain and then we look at schoolwork. And he gave me responsibility. What you see in this picture is a simple responsibility, asking a child to clean the table, and the child is happily doing it. So it's making them take responsibility. But the responsibility my father gave me was, Shan, you can go on crying. Oh, it's painful. Oh, it's this. Oh, I can't go to school. You can keep grumbling. Or you can decide that, okay, this has happened. I have to face it. And at the same time, I will make arrangements to continue with my lessons. Decide, what do you want? Do you want to go willow in self pity? Feel sorry for yourself? See, even at that tender age of 10, he gave me the responsibility to design. And when you give the responsibility to the child to design, that is creating confidence. The first thing I asked my Papa, you design. My father said, no, Tambi, you design. You design. And today I understand he made me design because that is confidence building. And I felt important. And I thought about it and I said, yeah, I can't do anything about this. I've now had this fracture. I've had this infection. I have to have the treatment. At 10 years old, I was thinking like that. I said, okay, I will get over my pain and then I will focus on my work. So the fourth lesson is let your child make decision, simple decision. Be there to support. If I made a wrong decision, I'm sure my father would have come in to tell me, hey, is that what you want? Think again. All right, if that's still what you want, he would have let me go, because he says it's okay to get it wrong sometimes. Yeah, it's okay to get it wrong sometimes. Okay, this time you did not follow the rules I set. But it is not forgivable to stay wrong all the time. After this, if you do not follow the rule with cycling, I will confiscate the bicycle. You won't get the bicycle for 3 months or so. So in confidence building, it is important not to fear failure. Not to fear failure. When my father made me make the decision whether I wanted to wallow in self-pity or whether I wanted to face it and move forward, it's okay if I didn't do well in that exam. It's not that I purposely did it. The scenario was there, but I was not afraid to even think it's okay, never mind, I didn't do well. So it's confidence building involved removing the fear to face failure. That is the fifth lesson that I learned. And yeah, so I thought, okay, well, all right. I told myself, yeah, this time I made mistake. Next time I'm going to abide by the rule. You see, this was not forced on me. It was not forced on me. It was encouraged. If you have been listening, the method my father used was gentle encouragement. And this helps in confidence building. You see, when I made the right decision, at that time, my father said, well done. But nowadays, what we do is high five or good or some of the gimmicks. Yeah, that's connecting with your child, encouraging them, right? Rather than forcing, okay, today you are not in pain. Here's the book. Do your work. No, he didn't do that. He made me think. And that encouraging method, as soon as my pain settled, I looked out for my work. And believe it or not, I was in hospital for a good 2 months. And in that 2 months, the second month, I started doing my schoolwork. I got my father to bring my homework, and I did. Because I had my own goal. I wanted to get that 5 A's in that standard 5 exam during my time. I started working. I did my best. And when I went home as well, I focused. I continued focus. And all this, I got to do it by gentle encouragement. So therefore, do not force your children. Some say, if I don't force, he won't do. Then you have to look at the method that you're doing. Gentle encouragement with firm rules. And if they don't do it, then they have to have the consequence for not doing it. But please don't force. Anything forced, there will be retaliation. So lesson 6, encouragement. And that when with that gentle encouragement within me was building this feeling, I am not giving up even though I have not been to school. Now it's already 2.5 months, almost 3 months. I will keep trying my best. The homeworks are coming, I'm passing up to the teacher, I'm getting feedback. Yes. And actually, as the quote says here by an unknown author, one day you will thank yourself for never giving up. And I thank myself for giving up. Fellow viewers, whether you believe it or not, when finally I went for the exam, I was able to go with crutches to the class for the exam. I did my best. And when the results came out, I was the top student in my school. I had my 5 A's. I had it. And this is all. I could have easily given up. But it is my dad who acknowledged my feelings, acknowledged my pain, and he told me, it's okay, sometimes you make mistakes, but don't always continue with that. Gently encouraged me not to give up. And that persistence led me to do. There was no force applied at all. Because confidence comes from within. The moment you criticize, the moment you put down your child, the power within them goes down. And with that goes down the confidence. And I got on well with life. I was an A student all the way. And I achieved in all that I wanted until I was 49 years old. That is 39 years later. A freak incident created a very severe infection in me, and I almost died. Really. And you know where I was admitted? I was admitted in the ICU of Hospital Fatima as well. And I was taken care by a lovely group, a team of doctors. Great care they gave me. But the infection spread to my lungs and I couldn't breathe. And I was on a ventilator, support machine, life support machine. And there came a day when I was in almost 100% oxygen support, and my family was told, I will not survive. And they had made funeral preparation. But I'm a strong believer in God. And at that time, on that same day, they identified the germ that caused that severe infection in my lungs. The antibiotics were adjusted. And here I am today with all of you to talk to. But that situation, that near-death experience created so much chaos and totally trashed my confidence that I had gained, that progressively gained from the age of 10. And it is that point. My dad was 84 then, my late dad now. He was 84. He came to visit me. He was on a wheelchair. And they put his wheelchair at the end of my bed, and he asked the nurse to kindly push him next to me. And you know why? He wanted to look at my face to talk to me. He wanted to have that eye contact to create that connection. And he knew when he talks to me with eye contact at my level, that will stimulate confidence within me. And you see, as the youngest son and the pet son, I go straight, I'm so chaotic, everything is so chaotic. And that's how I talk to my dad. No, I'm a little boy to my dad, whatever my age is. You know what my dad told me? He looked around, he turned, he looked, he said, where is it chaotic, Thambi? Where is it chaotic? It threw me. I felt I'm telling my dad it is chaotic, and he's asking me, where is it chaotic? You look here, he was not telling me it is not chaotic. He made me think. And this sort of question is called coaching. He was actually coaching me. In coaching, you make the other individual, by asking a good question, make them think. And actually, with that question, he made me think. And when I thought, actually the chaos, see, naturally, we will start blaming. See, the infection came, I was given the wrong food, blah, 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 blah. I got this infection from the diarrhea, it got spread into my blood, got into my lungs. Yeah, we're always blaming something or someone or somebody. Yeah. But no, the chaos wasn't anywhere. The chaos was within me. And my dad, with that question, looking straight into my eyes and asking me, he actually was helping me to do problem solving, to solve problems myself. And the first thing in problem solving is you take responsibility. You take responsibility. So when you stimulate the thinking of your child of a mistake they have made, instead of criticizing the child, and the child can see that he or she has made the mistake, they begin to think how to get over it. The problem solving part comes in. They take ownership for the mistake they have done, and they re-evaluate the situation. And this is confidence. This is confidence. This is demonstration of confidence. So what I did was, the chaotic was, I wanted so many things, but because of this near-death experience, it has been delayed. So as an adult, you call it, you re-evaluate your goals. You reset your timeline, what of things that you want to do. The first thing is to get your health right. And back to the same as before, keep trying, don't give up. And positive self-talk. We all have self-talk. You will ask me, how do we talk to self-talk to about a child? To a child, talk about self-talk to a child. Well, let me take examples, move away from me. When a toddler, an 18-month-old or a 16-month-old starts walking, right, they will have a fall. Yeah, because their balance is not excellent yet. And what happens there is when the child falls, after that the child is afraid to walk. So are you going to tell the child, no, get up and walk, you won't fall? The child won't understand. You have to go to the level of the child. And at that point, to give confidence to the child is when the child stands up and want to walk, just to give your finger or your hand for the child to walk, and the child feels comfortable and he will keep trying. And there's no point telling positive self-talk to an 18-month-old, but you just be there. When he sees Papa or Mama's hand holding his hand or her hand, they feel confident. And when they can walk well, you slowly take away your hand and they try. And this time they walk without falling down. And that's how the confidence builds in them. Similarly, when a child is cycling, a 5-6-year-old, and he falls down. Or if the child starts to go to cycling and says, oh, I'm definitely going to fall down. To a 5 or 6-year-old, you can tell them, boy, girl, tell yourself you'll do well and go ahead and do it. If they go with the attitude, if they feel I'm not going to do well, they will have a fall. But when you can communicate with them and tell them, tell yourself, I'm going to give a good attempt. I'm going to try. I will not fall. And it will happen. That is positive self-talk. In our situation, we are ready to understand what is self-talk. We have positive and negative. Don't we? When we think we can't do it and we start that work, what happens? Somewhere you will make a mistake. But when you say, I am going to try, I am going to give my best, and your focus is on the work and you do it well. So you have to adjust the way you communicate according to the age of the child so that the child understands. And lesson number 10 that I learned from my father is, in that conversation I had, He reminded me of my achievements. He reminded me of what happened in 10 years old. He said, Thambi, you did it then. Why are you now? You're a mature man. Why are you grumbling this way? You have achieved. You see, sometimes when the pain takes over and when your emotion overrides you, you don't think clearly. And that's where the parent is, to clear the thoughts for the child, remind them of their achievement. And now, as an adult, when I look at these 10 lessons that I learned from my father, which has made me confident, even after I lost confidence, regained confidence again, and today speak to you with confidence, is what my father actually led me to was, see, these 10 lessons: unconditional love, consistent rules and communication, positive outlook. That means the parent himself or herself being confident, and parent taking the trouble to understand their child, right? And allowing the child to make decision, and telling the child it is okay if you get it wrong sometimes. Do all this in an encouraging manner rather than force, and bringing this feeling of not giving up in the child, showing the child or making the child think to solve his problems and take responsibility for his difficulties, and reminding him or her of the achievement. What my father was trying to do to these 10 lessons is the core for self-confidence. He was boosting my self-esteem. This is the core. This is the core for self-confidence. Self-esteem is the core. What is self-esteem? Is how we feel about ourselves. The intrinsic feeling, the feeling within us, the feeling within us. If we feel good about ourselves, if we are aware of our feelings, we adjust our feelings, and we feel good about ourselves, we celebrate ourselves, then we become confident. Rather than what is happening in the real world, outside world, is we always compare. So-and-so's son got this, so-and-so's daughter got that. They have this, they have that. You don't have this. Or that makes the child wanting the parents to say, yes, what he did is right. Always looking for recognition. When you're looking for outside recognition, that means you don't feel good about yourself. Your self-confidence will be low. The most important thing is to make your child feel good about himself or herself through the 10 lessons in an encouraging manner. And naturally, when they feel good about themselves, within themselves, the self-confidence will grow and ooze out, and they will be able to sail through any situation in life as a child and as an adult. Because that self-confidence is intrinsic, and you can take it anywhere you are. So, fellow viewers, my take-home message for all of you for a better future for your children is, first, as parents, and me including, have a positive outlook of life. We must be confident for our children to be confident. We are their role models. We provide the main environment for them. So first and foremost take-home message is have a positive outlook of life. The next is enhance positive self-esteem. Make your children feel good about themselves. Make them celebrate their successes. Please don't put your child down. Yes, they have made mistakes. Sometimes it's okay to make mistakes, but make them see the mistakes they have done. Make them see what's the lesson they can learn from the mistakes they have done. And encourage your child at all times, even when they have failed in their attempts. So, fellow viewers, have a positive outlook of life. Enhance positive self-esteem in your children to ensure a better and greater future for them. With this, support your children as they are. to bring out the best version in themselves. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Shan. So now we will have our Q&A session. Okay, let's start with our first questions from the audience. Okay, from Jeremy. Doctor, how to increase the confidence of pets if they are introverts?
How to? Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, how to increase the confidence of pediatricians, pets, if they are introverts. I mean, how to increase confidence of the children
The
if they
quiet
are
children.
introverts, yeah,
Yeah. Children who are quiet.
who are quiet, yeah.
Yes. First and foremost is there are some of us who are extrovert, there are some of us who are introvert. If you see me today, you may think, oh, Dr. Shan or Shan has been speaking like this, he's an extrovert. Actually, I was an introvert child all along. Even as an adult, I was an introvert. But to answer your question, is gentle encouragement. That's where the communication. See, when you are able to understand the child and you go down to the level of the child and communicate with them, the child connects with you because the child trusts you. So the first thing is to create the connection and the trust. And when the child trusts you, the child starts speaking to you, confiding in you. This is what my dad did. Though I demonstrated to you as though I was speaking to my dad freely, but actually I was an introvert child. The way my father talked to me, come down to my level, eye contact, talk to me in the child way, gave me a lot of trust in my father. So when I had a problem, I can go back to him. So the answer is first, you need to gain the trust of the child. And when you get the trust of the child with gentle encouragement, with the lessons that I have shared, if you try that method, that's how you get the child to speak. Okay, that was the first level how I started talking. But what actually gave me the confidence to speak to this level is when I did the thing that I feared most. And can you guess what? I don't think I even feared the near death experience as much as I feared this, is to get into public speaking. And when I got into public speaking, when I made that conscious decision to get into public speaking, and I started speaking in a safe environment called Toastmasters International, I thought people would criticize me. But no, I got claps for my attempt. And that gave me confidence. And then I got feedback how I can improve. How can I improve my eye contact, my hand movements, and so on and so on. And that really brought me out of being introvert. So my answer to your question, number one, is gain the trust of the child. And when you gain the trust of the child and the child is able to vocalize, get the child to talk. There are so many different ways. One way is to get into a speaking program or a confidence building program. Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you, Dr. Shan. So we go to the next question. Hi, doctor. How to make our children listen to parents' instruction?
Okay. Very interesting question. Listen to parents' instruction. Okay. Can I ask a question to this question to the viewer who has asked this? What particular instruction are you talking about? It will be easier for me to answer. Can you give me a scenario, a situation? Is there a feedback there?
There's no feedback, doctor.
Okay.
I guess many of parents out there now during pandemic, kids they are with their laptop, playing games, and they always stuck with the computer. So how actually, to ask the children to listen to their parents?
Okay. Let's take an example. You do not want the child to spend so much time on, let's say, iPad, tablet. Firstly, if you do not want the child to spend time on the tablet, you as the parent should not be spending a lot of time on the tablet. See, if I told my son, or if I told Kitty, hey Kitty, you're sleeping, get up, Kitty. If I told Kitty, you don't have the phone, okay? And I use the phone. You think Kitty will follow me? Kitty, will you follow me? He says, no. Dr. Shan, you are playing with the phone. Why can't I play with the phone? Is Kitty wrong? You see, Kitty is extrovert. Sweetie is introvert, so she's not talking. So, whenever we think about children listening to our instruction, we always look at the children only. When you want to modify behavior, you must look at the situation as a whole. And in that situation, there are three things there: the child, the parent, and the environment. Okay. So if I do not want the child to play, if I do not want Kitty to play the phone or go on YouTube on the phone, I don't use the phone as well. Right? But let's say if I'm not playing with the phone is there, and Kitty wants to go and take it, then you change the environment, put the phone away. So to get children to listen to you, you have to look at that situation, that's why I asked for an example, that particular situation, and you look at it as the child, the environment, and me. And then you see what can you modify. So when I decide not to use the phone and I tell Kitty, you can't use the phone as well, whether he likes it or not, he will eventually follow me. So you have to look at each situation by itself.
I see. So can I say lead by example, Doctor?
Yes, exactly. Correctly.
Yes.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay, Doctor. So we go to the next question. This is from Nurashikin Muhammad. Good afternoon, Miss Akma and Dr. Shan. What is your opinion having the bad cop and good cop in parenting roles? Because those days, being Asian, especially if the child is misbehaving, they will get a nice wallop. So that kind of action, is it relevant nowadays?
Okay. Puan Norasikin, can I ask you, what do you think about spanking? Can you answer to us? What is your view before I give you my view on spanking or wallop, as you say?
Yes, Puan Rashikin, maybe you can answer Doctor's questions.
Is there any feedback? Okay, while I wait for her, earlier I said my dad. You see, as I told you, I'm the youngest in the family, and I'm the pet, and I get my way and all my tantrums. If my father walloped me, he would have been walloping me all the ways. But he told me in one instance, right?
Sorry, Doctor. She actually replied, I would agree depending on the situation.
Okay, all right. According to the situation, we'll come back to that again for Norashikin. Okay, my view is what my father said. When I didn't listen to him and I ride the bicycle up to the T junction, he could have shouted at me, he could have spanked me, but he said, when I spank you, Tambi, I'm showing my power on you. I had a discussion with him as an adult, and he told me why he never spanked me. He said, when I spank you, that means I have lost control of myself. I have lost control of myself, and I spank you, okay, to create pain in you. That pain, firstly, I have lost control. Number two, the pain will make you follow the rule for a short while. But if I showed you I was a confident parent, I control my own emotions, and I made you think what you did was wrong, and then find the answer how to correct it, that will last longer. So I know you will ask me how to do this with a 2-year-old child. The first thing is spank. See, whatever age we spank is our loss of control. you have lost control of yourself. This is my personal view. With a 2-year-old child, if they misbehave and they don't understand what you're trying to tell them, they misbehave, you hit them, maybe for the pain at that point they may not follow what you may follow what you say, but later they might do it again. So the best way is remove the child from the situation. There's a method called timeout. Yeah, you are misbehaving, you are out from the group, timeout, you'll be away for 5 minutes until you calm down. And then we bring you back, and then we guide them to show how to do the things right. So I personally do not agree to spanking in any situation, because that is a demonstration of me losing control on myself. So, Narayanan, I hope I have answered your question. Yeah, any more questions? Narayanan, is there anything else you'd like to know? Does it answer? Have I answered your question?
Okay. Doctor.
Akmal, before we go on, there is no right or wrong, but this is my personal view, and I think there are a lot of others who hold the same view. So I'm not prophesizing that this is the right and the only method. We are all entitled to our own opinion. Okay, Akmal?
Okay, Doctor. So Puan Rashikin said yes. Thank you so much, Dr. Shan. Okay, actually we will go for the last question. It's actually offline. Someone WhatsApp me. She's watching your live, but she not confident to ask you, Doctor. So she was asking about, is reward system to our children really works? Is this the better way to help children to listen to parents' instruction? Reward system.
Okay. The reward system has got its pros and cons like everything else. Like, for instance, children like to be on the phone or on the tablet, iPad. Okay. You can use it as a reward. If you finish your work, whatever if you're at home, you may have home duties to do, as well as schoolwork to do. If it is all done, we will give it to you for 20 minutes. You must, when you give a reward, you must keep it simple. Don't get expensive rewards, simple rewards, and it must be clear for what. And especially if it's a gadget is given as a reward, you must fix that time. For 20 minutes, you are given, and because after you have completed all your work. So you can use reward system in that way, as long as you keep the reward simple and the child is clear for what they get the reward and for how long. The negative side of it is, if you use rewards frequently, then the child becomes dependent on the reward only. If there is no reward, they will not do it. There must be a reward. And if you get expensive things of reward, and each time their expectation will go higher and higher. And as I said earlier, there's no right or wrong answer. You have to look at the scenario, the situation, and see if in this system is reward system working. And when you have used reward system once or twice, if your thing says the child is only working towards reward, he will not do it. If there's no reward, then you know you have to change into a different way. So yes, reward system will be helpful, but you need to be cautious of how you use it.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Shan. In view with no questions, we will wrap up this session. I think you can change the slide, Doctor, to the next slide. Okay, so but before that, I would like to share with every one of you that Dr. Shan does confident building workshop for children and adults. He also does confidence through public speaking for children and adults. Those who are keen to know more, you can contact him. The contact details are on the slide. Okay, so Once again, thank you, Dr. Shan, and thank you everyone for watching. I am sure you have all enjoyed this very informative talk. I also enjoy watching. Thank you for watching. We have now come to an end of this talk, but nevertheless, not the end of our activities, as we invite you to further join us in another Facebook Live talk. Please follow and like our Instagram and Facebook for more information. Thank you. Keep safe and stay healthy. Have a good day, everyone. Bye. Bye,
Thank
Dr.
you,
Shan.
everyone, and thank you, Akma,
Thank you, Doctor.
and the
Thank you,
team.
everyone.
And the team. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.